Wait till you guys hear this friggin' thing. Oh yeah. Oh, good Lord. Well, the first thing that I think of when I hear that is gonna be valves. So I'm gonna pull these plugs so we can spin this engine over, and then we're gonna pull the valve covers and see if maybe we have a stuck valve somewhere, or it's very possible they're just super friggin' tight or out of adjustment. So we'll get these plugs out and then we'll see what we're dealing with. All right, so always put something down underneath when you're gonna take out valve covers, because you are gonna get a little bit of oil that comes out with them. So, I mean, I guess it's not necessary. If you wanna make a mess, you can. I just try to avoid it, put something underneath it. All right, so first things first, bent push rod. So we got a bent push rod on that side. And these are in good shape. All right. So we got a bent push rod on that one side. Okay. All right, so I switched over to my regular camera because I want to give you guys a visual on what caused this push rod to bend. Now, 9 times out of 10, when I get a push rod bent in a machine like this, it's from the engine actually overheating. And just by looking at this engine, you can see there's a lot of dust and grime and stuff packed around everything. These are air-cooled engines. They're cooled by air flowing over through those fins. This engine's completely packed full of oil and dirt and grass and probably mice clippings and all sorts of stuff, effectively not allowing the engine to cool. Basically, what actually happened was the valve guide on that exhaust valve just got too hot and the valve guide actually pushed out. And I'm going to show you that here in a second. And what happens when that happens is when the valve goes to shut, it can't shut because it's hitting that guide. And this is the weak link in that. It actually just pushes it and bends it, and then it falls out. And then you're basically running without the exhaust valve opening, which is then pushing it up through the carburetor. So this is going to be relatively hard to do, but I'm going to try my best. If you look inside that valve right there on the bottom, you can see that the shaft goes all the way through, no problem. The valve seat is actually behind it down in there. If maybe you could possibly see that, I don't know. Then on this side, and hopefully you can see, right here is the valve guide that's actually sticking out of this valve. You see the top one? That valve guide's back here, where this bottom one, the valve is popped out. So now this whole valve here is not able to push all the way in because it's hitting against this valve guide right here. So that is the problem with this actual machine. So that's why I overstress whenever you're working on these machines. Even if you don't take the cover off every time, look up underneath. Make sure you don't see anything. If you see any indication of buildup or anything, if you see a twig of grass hanging out, pull the cover off. Because again, these are air cooled. So that air needs to be able to get over those fins. When you can't get over those fins, they just get packed and they hold the heat in and they don't cool and things like that happen. So to avoid that, just double check, make sure there's nothing under there, mice, grass, anything. Just a good practice. Check it out. Now, as far as fixing this goes, there's a couple different ways you can do it. One is the correct way. One is the backyard way. You could fix that head. We could reset that valve guide and get it to sit where it's supposed to be and go back in with that head and make it work. From a business standpoint, that's hard to do because it's not a guaranteed fix. It's not, this thing's fixed, this thing's going to run, no issues. It's, hey, it's fixed, but you might have issues down the road. The correct way to fix this engine is to put on a new head. That's the 100% correct way to do it, to make you sleep at night and feel better, again, as a business. Now, if this were my machine, no doubt I would just take it off, do the backyard fix on it, and be done with it. But if I'm going to take someone's money, it's kind of hard for me to say, hey, give me your money, this thing's fixed, you're not going to have an issue with it again by doing it the backyard way. But we'll see what happens. Who knows? If this machine ends up in my possession, then that might be something we show down the road. just do the redneck fix. Or if they do decide to put a new head on it, what I'll do is we'll do a head install, and then the next video we can show you how to do the repair the redneck way. So that way it's kind of a double take. We'll show you how to do a real head, and then we'll show you how to do the backyard way to save you some money. But yeah, just something I thought was a cool video. I kind of had a feeling this was going to be it once I heard that backfiring through the carb like that and popping and all sorts of stuff. So another little diag video, if you will. So now we have our information that we can go back to the customer with. And yeah, that's it. But thanks for watching. We'll see what the customer says, and keep your engines cool so you don't bend your rods.